defeats the purpose of intensity.
I was talking about the prior application. Okay, and it becomes moot, the access road thing becomes moot. It doesn't have to meet the intents and purposes to the same extent, I believe, or at all, because it doesn't have to meet it if it's a lot of record and
If it's a driveway.
If it's their access road. That's what you're applying for here this time. And what's interesting to me is that I think if your plan is to go ahead and develop the full road course on this, using these, having these impact areas be the only ones that will occur, and the whole rest can be done without any impacts, you could put that forward, and to me, it's a different application. And I wouldn't see it as, I mean, that's just my one opinion, but I wouldn't see it as a second bite out of the apple. It's a different application because it's totally different in terms of its impacts on wetlands. And that would make it a lot easier for me to decide whether to minimize or not. Then I would say, yeah, 600 square feet of impact to do all that, certainly been minimized, you know? Just a thought, my own personal opinion.
I think all previous applications are more specific. I mean, your only failing is specificity, if you will. You know, this, the broad commercial uses, I think is what has everybody nervous here. Especially since you don't exclude a certain use that is questionable whether it's even allowed to be discussed or approved as a portion of it. I do get the feeling, though, we can talk back and forth and get absolutely nowhere. And this is
I've been talking
this is a prelude of what's going to happen a week from tonight.
Should we go back to what our options
I think we should
are?
go back to Mr. Rivet's suggestion that sorry. Yeah, Jim. I know Jim Rivet too, sorry.
Your friend?
In our January 24 letter, it appears that
Restating number 3 in January.
it appears that point 1 is moot. Point 2 has been addressed, but there's still no use, which all leads into point 3. Quote, the committee further recommends that an SUP not be granted until a specific use or uses of the uplands is known and shown on the plans. That's where this discussion just keeps gravitating to.
Could I put that in a form of a motion?
You can
Would that be
do anything you
helpful?
like.
Well, I would say that we, you know, I would suggest that we reiterate what we said in our January 24th letter, that the committee continues to recommend that an SUP not be granted until a specific use of the uplands is known and shown on the plans.
Is that a motion?
That is a motion.
Please repeat it.
The motion is that we reiterate what we said in our January 24th letter, that we recommend that an SUP not be granted until a specific use or uses of the uplands is known and shown on the plans.
Second. Do you want to speak for the motion? Any comments? Anybody want to speak for or against the motion?
That's pretty minor.
Does that mean we're ready to vote? 3, 2.
Can we start at 10?
Any comments?
I would just, for the record, say I've talked way too much, sorry.
No, keep going.
We have, I think,
That's the record.
4 options. One would be this option. Second would be to formulate some kind of hypothetical opinion based on an assumed use of the upland as a racetrack or road course. Formulate an opinion based on an assumed use as something other than a race or road course. Sort of what we did in number 2 in the letter. Those would be. And then recommend granting an SUP based on this application. So those are the three other options besides one here.
Let me just simply say, it's not our business to do hypotheticals, it's our business to decide if the application is complete and review it in an unbiased manner as based on our understanding of the town.
And I would agree with that this time, having gone through this process before.
That leads to
It led to
miscommunication.
an improvement here, but it's still, the response, though very, though it was a great response in terms of reducing wetland impacts, which was a good thing, it still left that one point really hanging, and that was a point that we stressed was a hanging point before, and it wasn't addressed. So I agree.
Any other comments? All those in favor of Jim Alt's motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, it's unanimous.
Who seconded that motion?
Charlie. And that is the only